I'm designing a custom Lego set of my childhood home for my dad. This is day 52, and I'm doing it because we always bonded over Lego. I've got lots of stories. Watch previous videos and future ones, and you'll see lots of stories about how Lego's always played a big part in our relationship. So every day I'm spending 20 minutes. Let me start my timer here. Working on this Lego set. I've already built out the house. There's a couple things I want to come back and fix, like this corner, as well as the roof or the ceilings, I guess. But in the meantime, I'm doing decals, so little nuggets, little memories throughout, right? For instance, the height board where my mom recorded all of our heights as we grew up. And she took a lot of pride in how tall her kids were. Or the Lego table my dad built for me, where I call it my Lego table because that's where the organizers for all my Legos. I've got a picture somewhere. Maybe I closed it actually, but of that Lego table where I would just spend tons of time building Lego. And yeah, here we go. I've got a pic that's opening up for you guys. So you can see what I'm talking about. This thing here. So yeah, had lots of good memories at that Lego table, just building things. Um, and then now I'm working on there's maps in this bathroom here. So let me hide this so y'all can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. Yeah, so there's two toilets here. Me and the brothers would just sit on the pot, go to the bathroom, and here's a real picture of it. You can see there's those two toilets next to each other, separated by a wall. They had sliding doors, but we always kept the doors open. And you can't see it, but this inner wall has maps on it. And so we'd quiz each other on them. We'd look at each other this is the mirror across from basically like this pic. We're basically standing with your back to the mirror. This pic, the mirror's on your right, so the toilets are on your left. And so we could make eye contact and quiz each other on the maps, like basically find this obscure country. And so that's what I've got here. I've got the two toilets, they look at the mirror, and these maps where you can quiz each other on them. So I'm making a decal on there to capture that memory. Um, so let's hop over to Figma now. So we got these two bathroom maps. I found this inspo pic I liked. I'm not sure how we're gonna be able to shrink it down because I feel like we can't be too detailed on these, right? So you can see I already did the Lego table, I already did the height board, but now we're working on these bathroom maps. So let's do, it's such a small one. This one's also gonna be a bathroom map or a map. It's one of the other bathrooms. I can pull it up for you. It's this bathroom here because these other bathrooms also had shower curtains with maps on them. So we had two maps and one on left and right side. But I didn't have room for the shower in these little stalls, so instead I put it over here. But I still want to make a decal for it. So that's what this tall one is. So we're really making two different types of maps. These can be identical. That's great. But the hard part's gonna be shrinking that down. So maybe we just start out with like a simple, like trace out the general shape. Whoever made this Lego set, like this is pretty dope. Um, yeah, let's just get the basic shape. That I think that worked. Let's get Greenland in there. That is very signature. You can't have a world map without Greenland. Let's get Africa in there, just the general shape. Again, this is not going to be super detailed. I'm probably going to have to just shrink everything a ton. So yeah, just don't expect this to be accurate at all. It's going to be totally the wrong like proportions and everything, but that's all right. Like the goal here is really just give the impression that it's a map. With a lot of Lego, you really are just going for like the general impression, and then it's like, yeah, the rest is kind of up to your imagination, you know? That's like the gift and the curse, I guess, of working with a predefined set like Lego. Um, it honestly opens up your creativity. I feel the same way about Minecraft. It opens up people's creativity because it puts restrictions on them. Like if Lego didn't have restrictions, then you'd be spending so much time like figuring out what to build because you could build literally anything that you wouldn't be able to just like focus on the content of what you're making, if that makes sense. So I really like the systems like Lego and like Minecraft that have legitimate, like serious limitations. But it's like I think those limitations are what make them so so good to build with. Like it's really I think what enables everyone to do what they do with it. And then when people make some really sick stuff, it is really cool to see. Yeah, see, like that gives the vibe of the world map. Obviously, it's very like imprecise, but that's great. These are literally going to be so small. Like, yeah, it's not a problem at all. So let's group these. And then let's actually just stretch it. I know that's a little funky, but I think that's going to be the way to go. Let's rotate this just because it should go just flat across the bottom of the map because it's Antarctica. Um, yeah, I like that. So yeah, I like those systems that like put restrictions on you because it honestly opens up your creativity, like makes you come up with new, better ways to do things or like ways to do things that you wouldn't have thought of previously. And really just forces some really cool, um, yeah, it just forces some really cool creativity. You can't, like, it forces workarounds. And I remember it always bugged me with Lego. I did Lego robotics, and so I would, looks like that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe this? Yeah, there we go. And so it always frustrated me because Lego was not very precise. Like it didn't hold up well when you're trying to do repetitive, like have a robot be consistent. Um, and that always bugged me. It was so hard, I guess is why it bugged me. But it was cool though because it made me like come to terms with what are the real limitations of this system I'm working with or this material I'm working with really. And then how do I work around it, you know? And it's like that's prime engineering, you know? So then when I got to like metal robots, I took those lessons with me where it's like you can't expect a material to just do whatever you want, right? Like there are always limitations. And so yeah, maybe Legos were a little bit more strict, but it's like at the end of the day, you're working with metal, you still got limitations. You're working with wood, you still got limitations. Like these materials are real life materials. In the real world, they're not going to function perfectly. Um, we'd love if they did, but that's just not reality. So, uh, okay, sweet. This is looking good now. I'm feeling like we're making progress now. Oh, I forgot. That's why these don't look Lego-y. Um, because all the decals, they seem to, well, I guess not all of them. Huh. Never mind. I guess not all of them, but I feel like a lot of the Lego decals use line art or like see these how they're like it's like everything's outlined with black line. Yeah. You know, not necessarily everything, but a lot. So it's like that might be what's making these all feel off. Like this, if I remove the stroke, I mean that still looks Lego-y. So maybe just ignore what I just said. Um, yeah, that still looks Lego-y. The question is, do I add a little stroke that's green to bulk them up, or do I just bulk up the pieces themselves? Now you lose a lot of that detail. I do like some of that detail. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the stroke, and instead we're just gonna make some of these individual pieces bigger. I think that works better. Okay, I like that. Um, so yeah, I think it's really cool engineering to have to deal with to the whatever system or material you're working with, have to deal with the like inherent limitations of it. I think that's like such a big part of engineering. Um, and so it's cool working with Lego because you do run into those, but I think that's a very healthy uh, process. Like I think that really teaches you real engineering, you know? Okay, I like that. I think that works really good. Um, we'll just do two just like that. Now the shower curtain, the other shower curtain one, I'm honestly wondering if we do the same exact thing or if we try to stretch it out even more, but I feel like, oh, you know what? Maybe we just do the Americas. I know it's so American of me, but that might be the move actually. Let's go select those. Because we did have one that was just of the US. Yeah, I like that. You can tell what that is, right? That's Americas. Cool. Um, okay, I like that. We made some really good progress there. So what should we do next? So we just did the bathrooms. Um, there's these paintings my mom made back in the day. So maybe I see if I can pull up a picture of that from Zillow. My mom's got really good. She's an artist. She didn't do much because she was busy as a mom, right? When we were growing up. But before that, before I think she started going to school for uh, art stuff, but then decided to have kids and go the family route, and so she had to prioritize that. And honestly, then the sorry, ignore my funny faces over here. I'm like figuring out how to do thumbnails with my daily ones, so you can see these are my like daily thumbnails, and then all the extra photos that I don't use as I'm like testing things out. Um, sorry if they're kind of cringe. I gotta get people to click. Once they click, it's like I feel like people like it. They're pretty I don't know. I feel like I get some good support, but I gotta get people to get there in the first place. That generally means doing these kind of cringe cringe what's the word? Thumbnails. So okay, let me get an image here. Let me save it. My Lego set. Sorry guys, I know I'm working off screen here, but I gotta just to protect some privacy of my family. So let me just get this thing saved real quick and I can then show y'all what I'm looking at here. So it's those den paintings. I've got a good reference photo here now. So where is it? Sorry guys. Where'd it go? I swear I just saved that. Um, sorry y'all, I can show you this bit. I'm trying to find, I just saved a photo of the den paintings. Oh wait, here it is. Perfect. So this is what we're trying to get. This is what we're trying to make. So coming back to our Lego set here, that's what I'm looking at. Let's show that again. Actually, let's keep it hidden for this sake. So that's what we're looking at here. We've got this couch, this like chest here, the TV with the two paintings next to it. So that's what we're looking at here. We got the couch. We left the piano out just because I don't know how I would make that in Lego, honestly, and we didn't have a ton of room. So we left that out, and instead we just have this couch, that chest, the TV, and the two paintings. These are paintings my mom made. Um, yeah, from Arizona. So she put that in. She put on the like BYU because of the family. My parents met at BYU. A lot of us kids went to BYU. Um, And then, which I've got a lot of stories about that, when I wouldn't say are your typical opinion on BYU from people that have attended. So yeah, check out some of my older videos. And then this one she also made, it says, the name of the neighborhood where we lived at on here with chickens because we raised a lot of chickens. And then she put our cat, this right here, we had a cat, stray cat that like kind of adopted the family, and Garfield. And so she painted him into this one. And my sister loved VW buses, so that's why she made that VW bus. And on this side, we had a truck that we drove around. It didn't look like this, wasn't that nearly that pretty, but yeah. So anyway, she's got a fun style. And so I want to recreate bees, but just like a very mild version, obviously. So let's get that going here. So let's start with this one. How do we want to do this? This is a tough one, honestly. But I feel like they're important because they're so signature, like my mom, so signature to my mom. Maybe I can copy this image and just trace it, honestly, like I did with the map. I feel like that worked really well. So yeah, let's try that. See how that goes. Um, let's just do the very rough. I'm very like detail oriented, so it's honestly so hard for me to just like do a rough outline of something or do a super simplified version just because there's I've got that part of me that just wants to like go ham on all the details. Um, let's just cut across. We can put that in the back. And then I guess we do need these. We do need the headlights. Even bumper, I don't know. Let's do that. I gotta close all these loops so I can actually put fill in them. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna do the different colors on the tires. I think it'll literally just be the black. So we may leave that back tire out for clarity, but we'll see. Let's try the bumper. Let's try it without first, because I really kind of am thinking we won't need that. And then let's just make this one big window. Let's make this another big window. So yeah, my oldest sister, she loved VW buses. It was always kind of her, I don't know, kind of made it her symbol. Um, so that was kind of fun. So it's cool. It's cool to see like someone made a fun comment on the last video about like I mean I think they were complimenting me of like good parents raise good kids or something like that. But in reality, like I can't take any credit, right? Like it is fully that looks so derpy, it's so funny. We'll see how this looks though once we make it solid colored. Um but yeah, my I gotta give credit where it's due. Like my parents really did put in so much effort into parenting. Um and I'm really lucky for that. Like um don't get me wrong, they had their problems and we still have our relationship problems with each other, right? Like no relationship's perfect. Okay, why is it not letting me this? Let's unlock. See, like why is this not letting me select it still? Um hmm. It's so strange. Oh, something I'm doing wrong is making me not be able to select anything. What did I do here? Is that it? Okay, yeah, I just locked the whole thing. That's what happened. So yeah, credit where it's due. Like they put in so much effort into parenting. Like they did a lot to try to be good parents. And like any parents, like they had their own faults, but like they really just they put in a lot, and I gotta give them credit for that. Okay, sorry. So now I'm trying to color this using Lego color palette, but stuff that matches this. So like, let's do this one as fill here. Um, so yeah, I think it's really cool. And then when I'm like, I plan to have kids probably in the next 5 years-ish. I'm getting married this summer, and so that's kind of the next move after marriage for me is, I mean, we'll spend a couple years um, like enjoying just being married. And okay, why is this? What am I doing wrong here, guys? Why is this not coming up? Okay, our timer's up. Um, you know what? Let's just make this a 40-minute video. Well, okay, no. Let's make this a separate video. They should all be 20 minutes. So I'll do that. I'll stick with our rules. Um, yeah, like why is this not showing up? That's so funny. Oh, no fill because they aren't closed. Okay, we'll come back to that in just a sec. But yeah, let's end this here and I'll make one more video.